Hello and welcome. I'm Uday Pratap Singh. You're joining us on NewsX. Our big focus this hour as the nation mourns the loss of former Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh. Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge has reached out to Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Union Home Minister Amit Shah. He's requested a resting place that would also serve as a memorial. This request was made in keeping with the tradition of honouring distinguished statesmen. Initially, the centre rejected the request, announcing that Dr. Manmohan Singh's cremation would take place at Nigam Bodh Ghat, a public crematorium. However, this quickly sparked off a row, with the Congress accusing the BJP of showing disrespect to the former PM. Congress Rajya Sabha MP Jairam Ramesh has called the move a deliberate insult, arguing that Dr. Manmohan Singh's contributions to the nation warranted a site befitting his stature. The BJP then pointed out the Congress's failure to build a memorial for former Prime Minister PV Narasimha Rao. CRK7 argued that the Congress had set a precedent of neglect when it came to honouring its leaders. Reacting to this, Sharmistha Mukherjee, who is the daughter of former President Pranab Mukherjee, called out the Congress for failing to convene a working committee meeting to condole her father's death. She in fact revealed that a senior Congress leader dismissed the idea, claiming such meetings were not customary for former presidents, despite a precedent being set with former President K.R. Narayanan's death. Also, remember now the centre has clarified that they have accepted the request made by the Congress, and there will be a place given for Dr. Manmohan Singh's memorial. But because the process to create a trust takes a few days, the cremation was conducted at a different location. Now, we are also, of course, taking a moment now to remember what happened to former Prime Minister PV Narasimha Rao. After his death, his body was not allowed in the premises of the AICC headquarters. PV Narasimha Rao's grandson, PV Subhash, had hit out at the Congress over this. He had stated that the Gandhi family was instrumental in making Narasimha Rao a scapegoat for the failures of the Congress, and they had insulted and sidelined him. In fact, joining us now live on the broadcast is NV Subhash, PV Narasimha Rao's grandson. We also have Manmohan Singh, Congress spokesperson, live with us. Sumit Peer, political commentator, is live with us. Anurag Batra, Chairman and Editor-in-Chief of Business World, is also joining the broadcast live. Let me make a start with you first, NV Subhash. What do you make of this controversy that has erupted over Dr. Manmohan Singh's last rites and memorial? The Congress crying foul. They claim the centre is not being kind to Dr. Manmohan Singh. They are neglecting his legacy. This despite the centre saying that they have accepted the request of the Congress brass. What do you make of this row that is erupted on the day of the funeral of the late Prime Minister?
Exactly. The controversy, the controversy has been made by none other than, the Congress President as well as Mr. Rahul Gandhi. They wanted to play dirty politics at this point of time. Dr. Manmohan Singh is a great leader, and he's the politician, bureaucrat, and it is a great loss for whole nation because of his contribution for the country and for the part of the party. Without Narasimha Rao, there is no Manmohan Singh. This has to be very, very clear, because there are so many RBI governors, there are so many UGC chairmen and other the bureaucrats, but Narasimha Rao has identified and then made him as the finance minister, and later he has become the prime minister of this country. We don't have any issue with Dr. Manmohan Singh because he has to be given due respect. The same question we are asking Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge, Rahul Gandhi, and the Gandhi family. What respect you have given to late Narasimha Rao? What is the problem with him? He is more experienced than Dr. Manmohan Singh because he has contributed his entire life for the benefit of this country and for the party. And he has moved from Hyderabad to Delhi. Then he made his home as the Delhi. It is the minimum courtesy for any Congress party or any the party leader to the party people to give due respects, because for his the contribution. He is the AICC president and the prime minister of the country. So his body was not even allowed to enter into AICC just headquarters. What made you to shift from Delhi to Hyderabad? Because his last wish was to be cremated in Delhi itself. And the then UPA government, which was in power, they have made so many promises that once it has been shifted to the Hyderabad, they are going to build a huge memorial here, and then there will be the memorial lecture, there will be a trust which will be formed. All these things have gone. 20 years have passed because from past 20 years nothing has happened. Now, Dr. Manmohan Singh, when he left this, our he died just two days before. Now, the Congress party is making a blame on the Modi government. And what is this, the controversy? They are even relating to that, a Sikh, the first time Sikh, the first Sikh to become the Prime Minister of this country. The same question we are asking as, the family member. He is the first South Indian. He is the first Nehru and Gandhi family member. Plus, he has, his contributions are immense because it was a minority government. We all know. I don't want to go all those things because we have a short of time now. We are just with only 5 minutes time. But with so much contributions, what is the reason for him to shift to just Hyderabad? And this the Congress party now at this point of time making a issue and then blaming Modi government. It is Modi government who have conferred Bharat Ratna not only to Narasimha Rao, they have conferred to even Pranab Mukherjee. They both belong to the Congress party. They don't belong to Bharatiya Janata Party or either just NDA, because of their immense contribution for the development of this country, where people are benefiting so much today because of their economic reforms, economic liberalization, privatization, all the new the schemes which were implemented 35 years back. We are now just reaping the benefits on that. It is
but NV Subhash, the Congress is asking why this allocation couldn't have been done before the funeral.
See, the same question I'm asking, that why the allocation was not done when UPA government was in power. See, this is a different issue. Today, BJP is in power, NDA is in power, and Dr. Manmohan Singh doesn't belong to the BJP. When you are making an issue, and then when you are in power, when UPA was in power, what made the UPA government not to allot a piece of land in Delhi and at least conducting the funeral?
Okay, so they've set the precedence, is what you're saying. NV Subhash, let me ask you a question though now on PV Narasimha Rao. Now, at the end of the day, Dr. Manmohan Singh was finance minister under PV Narasimha Rao's government. That's of course the period which was credited for the economic reform that is being spoken about, the liberalization of India's economy. Do you feel that the Congress has not praised your grandfather's legacy enough for this as well, the way they are for Dr. Manmohan Singh? Also, NV Subhash, do you still feel sad at how the funeral of PV Narasimha Rao panned out, that his body was not actually let into the Congress office as you have alleged in the past?
Exactly. I feel really sad about it because irrespective of the political applications, the person who have contributed for so much to the country, and they are national. They are not only national leaders; they are international leaders. Whole world is appreciating, and then for the contributions they made. So it is. We feel sad that these the legacies, they are the treasures of this country, and when we see the history. When we turn the history page, when we see the situation at that time was so difficult, so the vibrant, so volatile, but they made so much impact for the benefit of the whole nation. So I feel really very sad because during the death, after the death also, people like Rahul Gandhi making such kind of statements, and we also feel that during Manmohan Singh regime also he was insulted. He was insulted so much. The ordinance which has been given by none other than Prime Minister has been torn in front of the public, in front of the media by Mr. Rahul Gandhi. What more we can expect from Congress party? Now they are making so much of allegations. This is very the sad part.
Okay, let me get in Mahima Singh at this point. Mahima Singh, come in here. On of course your response to what NV Subhash has just said and this controversy that is erupted. Why has it been highlighted so much by your party on a day the funeral was taking place of Dr. Manmohan Singh, and despite what the centre says that they had already accepted your party's request?
Jai Hind. In fact, Uday, the skies over our heads today are overcast with grief and gloom. The whole world is mourning the passing of an unprecedented statesman that was Dr. Manmohan Singh. The way he has transformed our lives, the majority middle class in this country is actually aggrieved today as if it was a personal loss to them. Not only he was the first Sikh prime minister of our country, but he was a stalwart of a statesman and an economist. Yet, when you ask me a question, I have a great objection to it because the language, tone, and tenor of your question, you say that why are we raising a controversy on such a day? Absolutely, that is the whole question. Why would we want to raise a controversy on a day when I am telling you that the skies over our heads are overcast with grief and gloom? Our heads, our hearts, are grief ridden. You see, we had sought, the president of our party had sought duly, a space to be allocated for the cremation of the former prime minister. But not to our surprise, this government did not cede to, not only did not cede to that request, but rather, I mean, you look at the quality of that letter that has come from the home ministry. It's erroneous. There are errors in that. It's not even seriously drafted. And today, when we say that we are aggrieved at this, it is of course in line with the sentiment that the entire nation holds for Dr. Singh. It is for the first time we are seeing a former prime minister being cremated on a common cremation ground in the capital of New Delhi. When you talk about Shri P.V. Narasimha Rao, let me tell you, all fine congressmen, P.V. Narasimha Rao ji, Pranab Mukherjee ji, and Dr. Manmohan Singh. But when you talk of him, let me tell you, you see, there is one side of the story that is always told with that regard, in that regard. I would rather like to intervene here and say that when Shri P.V. Narasimha Rao had passed away, although I absolutely find it unfortunate that on a day like this, we are synthesizing controversies at behest of today's government, at behest of the BJP. But let me just say that when the family was asked after Shri P.V. Narasimha Rao passed away, when his immediate kins were asked, his their response was that they want his body to be cremated at Hyderabad. It was the family's wish, and that is why it was allowed to be so. And the next morning, when the body was brought to the AICC headquarters in haste, without informing the protocol, it took time for the guards to open the locks and all. And in the meantime, the family hastened to the airport and just took the body away. So anyway, let bygones be bygones, because it is the story from another day. It is more than
Yes,
decades
yes,
ago.
but back to today's day. No,
And
point taken.
just a
But
moment, just a moment.
the
You
center,
also
though,
referred
just a quick intervention. You can respond to it. The center though claims that they had accepted your request. There was no controversy because they had accepted your request of a memorial for Dr. Manmohan Singh. But because it takes time to create a trust and start that process, which is why the funeral could not be conducted at that spot.
Uday, was it long ago that Sri Atal Bihari Vajpayee had passed away? Is it so long ago? Do we not remember how a place was instantly allocated within the Rajghat, and could it not have been done? Was it too much to ask for the first Sikh Prime Minister of the country? Because this government does not believe in diversity of this country, because this government does not believe in the democracy and the democratic values that we have always stood up for. That is why. And you see, we've also heard Shri Pranab Mukherjee ji's daughter come out and speak, and here is a news article from back then. She was herself angry at her father for going and attending RSS functions. We hold utmost respect for all the congressmen that
Okay.
led and showed the way to us. But today, when you see on a day like this, it is also Congress's Foundation Day, and we are all soaked in grief today. And having to talk about this, you are saying that they agreed after so much hue and cry, Uday, at a very late hour in the night. Should it have been like this? I think when the news came day before yesterday, I think it was the government prerogative to undertake that initiative immediately.
Sumit P,
What
respond to that. Sumit P,
that?
respond to that. The Congress says that they do not want to raise such an issue on such a sad day, but they are forced to. They also claim that the funerals of Atal Bihari Vajpayee and Manmohan Singh are very different. And why is that?
Uday, thank you for having me on your show. Well, it's not a day to talk politics ideally. My heartfelt condolences to the family. Om Shanti. I have the deepest of respect for Dr. Manmohan Singh ji. That is the first thing I want to set the context on. And for Pranab Mukherjee ji and for even for PV Narasimha Rao sahab, they were all great leaders and legends. No doubt on that. Now let's come on the basics of this talk. Look, when Dr. Manmohan Singh was admitted in the hospital, the message came around 10:30. It hit the news, and very soon we came to know, unfortunately, he has passed away. And it was last 2-3 times also he had been to AIIMS, but he could make it. But unfortunately, due to age and all, he could not make it this time. Now, today, Mr. Sambit Patra, the official spokesperson of BJP and the MP, is on record. He has said that when this message came and the medical bulletin was released by the AIIMS, immediately the cabinet committee was called in. The cabinet decided and sent a letter. One letter was sent to Congress party and one letter was sent to Dr. Saab's family saying that we want to make a memorial. So when Mr. Rahul Gandhi today comes and says that government is not doing anything and all, nothing was done, it is fundamentally wrong, because the day the news came, letters were sent. This is the official spokesperson of BJP, Dr. Sambit Patraji, whom I am quoting. The bite is available for everybody to see. So when the letters was sent, the intent was always there. Yes, allocating the land and getting everything done within 12 hours or 24 hours may not be possible. Even today, the MHA under Amit Shah ji has confirmed, yes, the memorial will be done. We believe that Dr. Singh must have a memorial and it should be as tall and as big for his stature. Now so this part of it is settled. Now coming to the another issue. Now when Congress is very concerned about Dr. Manmohan Singh ji, which it should be, why there was a Sotela Vyavahar with PV Narasimha Rao ji? I mean, his grandson is here. He's narrating the whole story. Is the family here? He's not a BJP spokesperson. See him as the grandson of the Narasimha Rao ji. Wasn't Narasimha Rao ji the architect of the reforms? Wasn't under his prime ministership Manmohan Singh ji performed that? Wasn't the Prime Minister Narasimha Rao who kind of trusted Manmohan Singh ji? Okay, let's go and do for it. And let's not forget, there were a lot of frictions between Gandhis and PV Narasimha Rao ji, that you know what happened. Then after what happened to Pranav Dada? Not even a meeting, no condolence, no memorial for Pranav Dada. Pranab Mukherjee, is he anywhere lesser in stature within Congress and within the political system of India as compared to Dr. Manmohan Singh? No, because again it depends on the equation of the family. Then let me take you to the third person. You remember a Dalit called Sitaram Kesari ji? How was he treated by the Congress? How was his body taken out from the Congress Mukhyalaya? Now, when you look at these things, now in today's time, when already the things are there, either Mr. Rahul Gandhi ji is uninformed or he wanted to make a political issue out of it. When the letter was sent to you, sir, the same day, then why are you making a issue out of it? Obviously, it will take a bit of time to get the land allocated and all. While as you compare to Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji, he was too many days in hospital. His tenure in hospital was too long. So at that point of time, maybe at some point of time, doctors told him, look, he's not going to make it. So they started getting the process here. Here it was hardly 2 or 3 hours by the time he enters the hospital and by the time the unfortunate news comes. It was just 2 or 3 hours. So don't compare it with Vajpayee ji. It was a few days he was in hospital and he was in a very critical condition, which gave government the time to make the necessary arrangements, which were not possible here. Now, if the letter is already sent, Uday ji, what is this Rahul Gandhi ji's tweet about? Why are you trying to even make a tamasha out of the death of such a legendary leader? If you want to do politics on the date of Mr. Singh is being, unki antim sanskar ho raha, he is being cremated, it's very unfortunate and it's very uncalled for. That
okay. Anurag Batra, come in here. What do you make of this, point versus counterpoint and the politics that has erupted over Dr. Manmohan Singh's funeral? Dr. Batra, can you hear me? Okay, I think we've lost him. Mahima Singh, why don't you respond? Sumit Peer, giving you that rebuttal on why the difference is there between the Atal Bihari Vajpayee last rites and Dr. Manmohan Singh's last rites. Your response.
What is the capacity of the person who spoke before me? Uday, I would like to know. Is he a BJP spokesperson? Because he spoke like one. Now, when you are asking me the question...
He's giving you a response on his analysis. He's an independent political commentator.
I'm sorry to say, but no well-meaning person will hear this narrative and say that this is a neutral narrative coming in. It seems like you have too many BJP spokespersons on your show, and that too on such an unfortunate day. I don't think this should be a. I think you should have held a show to discuss Dr. Singh's legacy.
We
I
have,
think
we have, we have, we have.
I think
Unfortunately,
so. Yeah, I think.
no. We
I
have.
think.
Unfortunately, I think you may have missed
No,
that.
Uday.
You may have missed that,
Uday,
but we'll
I
send you.
think.
We'll send you the links.
I
We'll
think.
send you the links if
Even
you
I
like.
participated
You
in
can,
that.
you can
I
have a
think.
look at
I
those.
participated
I
in
I
think.
that.
participated in
Yes.
that.
Let's come back. Let's come back to. Let's come back to the
Uday, I think.
response. Yes.
I think is it all over? Isn't it too soon to be getting into the stuff that you're discussing? But anyway, since you are and I'm here to discuss that, let me just
Maima
give
Singh,
you
your
I've
party is the
already
one that
no, now hear
started
me
this
out.
controversy,
Uday, now allow
and now
me
you
to
don't
speak.
want to discuss it.
Allow me
Your
to
party
speak,
is the one that
Uday.
started this controversy, and now you don't want to discuss
Uday,
it.
allow me to
You
speak
want to
now
make
that
petty
you have
comments
asked.
and petty statements.
Will
Yeah,
you
I
allow
think you may have missed our shows and our marathon coverage this morning
allow
on
me
Dr.
to?
Manmohan Singh's funeral
Yes,
and
I'm
his
not glued
legacy
to
and
TV.
his reforms and his
Yes, I
contribution to
am
the
not
nation.
glued
So
to
if you
a
want, I'll send
channel
you those links.
on a day
I'll
like
send you
this.
those links if you've missed those shows. But yes, coming back now
I
to the
didn't.
point you're making.
Thank
Please
you.
go ahead.
That
Please
would
go
not
ahead.
be required. Uday,
Please go ahead.
thank you. That would not be required. We are all grief-stricken, as I've already told you. And I'm not glued to your channel to see, but I'm telling you that it is most unfortunate. The nature of this show is most unfortunate. But let me just say, I will reiterate
But
what I've
you
said.
were free not to
The
participate in
controversy
it.
around
If you found the nature of the
controversy,
show unfortunate, you were most you could have felt free to
controversy,
decline and not come on it. But anyways, now that you are, please
the
respond to
controversy.
Sumit P.
That's what I've been saying, my dear, for so many minutes. Over the last few minutes, I've been saying, allow me to speak now that I'm here. But thank you for finally allowing me to speak. I've
You've been
already
speaking
told
for
you
a long
that
time on the show.
there are many stories. Do you want me to speak or you don't want me to speak? First, you decide.
We've been hearing you speak for a very long time. You're saying you've finally been allowed to speak as if you've just started. You've had 2 answers already. But please go ahead now and respond.
This is the second time I'm speaking on your show this evening. And going forward, let me just say, Uday, that there are many stories around all these issues that have been brought up on your show. And since this government, runs pillar to post to prove their false narratives true and to run their propaganda, that is what they are doing even today. You see, it's being said that the letter was sent on the very same day. We received the letter from the Home Ministry late last night, and that is when our leaders also tweeted about it. Mr. Jairam Ramesh tweeted about it and said that yes, finally, after much hue and cry, this has been agreed to, and not in the manner that the family would have liked or the country would have liked or the legacy would have been befitted to, not in that manner. So, yes, of course, this government is finally ceding to the request, because they also, they will have their times too in the future. And what is the precedent they are setting in for the future prime ministers? So, thanks to the
Okay.
government that finally
Okay.
good sense has
Your
prevailed.
response to
Finally,
Maima Singh,
good
your
sense
response
has prevailed.
to Sumit Peer's particular point where he said that there
I
was a
will
difference
not
between
respond.
Atalji's funeral and Dr. Manmohan Singh's, because in Atalji's time preparations could have been made because he was critical for a very long time in hospital, whereas in Dr. Manmohan Singh's time it happened suddenly. Your response to that and your response to Sharmistha Mukherjee. I know you've showed us that article where she's criticizing her father's visit to the RSS headquarters, but she has said that she is
And
very
that is what I
upset
stick
that
to.
why the CWC meeting was not called for her father like it was called for Dr. Manmohan Singh, whereas it was a precedent for former presidents like K.R. Narayan.
Uday, can I?
I'll come back to you,
just
NV
leave
Subhash.
because,
Please allow Mahima Singh to
uh,
respond.
Allow me.
I have other show, please.
NV Subhash, I'll just coming to you in 2 minutes. Yes.
This is the kind of haste the family must have shown on that unfortunate day. But anyway, you see, when you're asking me that question, Uday, let me just say, I must not be responding to a person whose official stance is not clear to me. His capacity is not clear to me. What is he speaking about here? If the BJP spokesperson is speaking about Mr. P.V. Narasimha Rao's cremation, I've spoken about it. Ms. Mukherjee's contention, you see, she was angry with her father. Now she is angry with the Congress. Where was she when the memorial place was not allocated by this government, for whose programs Mr. Mukherjee, stepping aside from his Congress legacy, went out and attended? Why was she not writing to this government? Why has she never written to this government if she was so angry? Even I am upset that it has never been allocated by
Uday,
this
you have to
government
leave.
Yes.
You can
for a
excuse me, please.
memorial for the
Okay, NV Subhash, please go ahead.
and the CWC meeting that you're talking about, that was not convened again. Where was Miss Sharmistha Mukherjee when her father had passed away? And she was so upset
Okay,
about
point taken,
it.
Mahima Singh. And NV Subhash, now you can respond. NV
Congress
Subhash, you
has
can respond.
remembered
The Congress party has a
Also Mahima Singh, yes,
alternative.
Mahima Singh making
They
the
say-
point that NV Subhash, it was the family's wish to have the funeral of
that's
Mr.
what-
Narasimha
that's
Rao
what I'm
out of
telling you. It
Delhi,
was not the
and
family's
the
wish.
family showed
The family-
haste in moving away from the Congress office because you had not informed them of when you will be bringing his body there.
No, how is it possible, Uday? How is it possible? The funeral is coming. The procession is coming. You say that the guards are not aware. Sonia Gandhi is not aware. It is all false narrative. The family
no,
has
the
been
past
persuaded.
night.
The family has been persuaded. The family has
past
been
night
persuaded by
when
listen,
Narasimha Rao had
man,
passed away.
Listen, man.
No,
The family has been persuaded.
The family can say
has been
whatever.
persuaded to shift the body from Delhi because Sonia Gandhi did not like it. The then Home Minister,
no,
the then Home
no.
Minister,
Was
the
Mr.
then Home
NV
Minister,
Subhash there?
Shivraj
Was the
Patilji,
BJP?
Shivraj
Now today,
Patilji
it is the BJP
has made to come
speaking.
to our house
It is the BJP
and then spoke
spokesperson
about it.
speaking,
It
and
is
for
very
obvious
clear.
reasons, he
We
will
were
speak
there.
the way
We
he's
were there.
speaking.
They said, the memorial, if you are
I
going to
absolutely
memorial
deny
here,
the
no one is
claim
there
that the
to take
BJP
care of that.
spokesperson is
No one is
making.
there to take care of that. So
I
it is better to
absolutely
check
deny
it.
the claims the
Rajshekhar
BJP
Reddy, the then
spokesperson
Chief
is
Minister
making.
of Andhra Pradesh,
It
Mr.
was the
Rajshekhar
family
Reddy, the
wish.
Chief Minister of
The family
It was not
wish
family wish.
to make
It was
Mr.
not family
Narasimha
wish.
Rao
It was the
in
wish of
Hyderabad
Sonia
itself.
Gandhi. It was the wish of the Sonia Gandhi.
No,
She
it was the wish of the
has given
family,
a dictum.
and the BJP
She has given a
spokesperson
dictum
is speaking
to make
as it fits the
the
BJP
body to
narrative
shift
today.
because she did not like
Allow
Narasimha
me
Rao
to
because of
condemn this
obvious reasons.
narrative that is being
Obvious
built by
reasons.
the BJP
Ma'am,
spokesperson.
you are
It happens to be
a
the narrative
learned man.
of
You should not
the
talk.
former Prime
You should not
Minister,
talk
Narasimha Rao.
about your own leader. You should
No.
not talk about your own
No,
leader.
it was the
because
family's
you-
choice and the
No,
family
it was not
choice.
family. I'm the family
It
member.
was the
I'm the
family's-
family member. I was there.
Yeah,
How can
but
you
you are
claim
the
that? How can
but
you
you are a
claim
BJP
that?
spokesperson today. You are speaking to fit the BJP narrative. You are a BJP
No.
spokesperson today.
It is the
I hope
grandson.
you
It is the
remember this legacy
grandson.
and you take
I'll be
the
bumping you on
values.
many of the shows on that.
I hope you remembered how he was backstabbed during the Babri Masjid Kand. Anyway, I don't want to go there. You are a BJP spokesperson today, and that is the capacity you are speaking in. You're not speaking in
the
capacity of
grandson.
a grandson
I'm
of Shri
talking
Narasimha
about the
Rao.
facts.
Okay, maybe you are. But you are speaking
I'm
to
talking
the
about the
BJP.
facts.
You are speaking
I'm
to
talking
the
about the
BJP
facts.
today.
Jairam Ramesh is there.
The BJP today,
Sonia
and
Gandhi
it
is
is most
alive.
unfortunate.
Sonia Gandhi is alive. You go and then ask
Not
Sonia
at
Gandhi
all.
what is the
Not
reason
at
for
all.
him to
Please
shift
go
from
out and
his
prove
body.
it. Please go out and no, you are speaking.
You go and prove it. You
yes.
go and prove it.
Yeah, I
It
mean,
is the
this
false
is not the
relative.
day.
Now
This is
on
not
the
the
day
day
today,
we would
you
like to
are
go.
making a political issue,
Anyway,
man. You are making a political
grandson
issue
of Shri
today.
Narasimha Rao, who has become a BJP spokesperson, is well understood by the people of this
Can I make
country
a point?
who are grieving a statesman today.
Can I make a
Okay,
point?
thank you very much. Thank you very much, Uday. I
Yes,
have to
Sumit
leave.
Peer.
Sorry,
Sumit Peer.
excuse-
Uday, it is very ironical today that Mahima ji is saying that the grandson of PB Narasimha Rao ji doesn't know what happened with his grandfather, and Mahima ji knows. That is quite obvious. ये पूरा भारत के लिए
He's a BJP
no,
spokesperson.
that is the
It
one.
is a
And
BJP
ma'am, let me tell you,
spokesperson
ma'am,
who
ma'am,
is
if
the
the letter was
It
sent
is
to
a
the
BJP
what is the
spokesperson
point
who
of
is the
Rahul
BJP
Gandhi ji
narrative.
tweeting today? What is the point of Rahul Gandhi ji tweeting today? Look, I tell you my introduction. I've done more than 5,000.
I do not wish to continue this most unfortunate conversation.
Okay.
I think the BJP spokesperson is
I'm not new to the
speaking
TV.
Okay. We've run out of time. I'm going to have to leave it at that. Mahima Singh, thank you for joining us on NewsX. Also, thanks to Mr. Subhash and Sumit Peer as well. No doubt, we will, of course, remember Dr. Manmohan Singh's legacy and contributions to the country. But yes, there's no denying that a political debate has erupted. We will track this story. For the time being, though, a quick break.